for Success with Ces. And hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Success with Ces, where we help you make your dreams come true, brought to you by the Guerra Group, where we help you make your real estate dreams come true. And today, one of my good friends, Gil Markarian of UBC, is joining us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ces. So glad to be here this morning with you and your team. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's something that I love doing. I love working with successful business owners and entrepreneurs and connecting with people and learning about their businesses and sharing the good word out there to the public to meet and understand how people work here in the Houston community. And so you're with UBC. You've got a relationship with Better Homes and Gardens, Gary Green,
Yes.
my company. Tell us how that started and tell us how you work with the real estate agents and all the different businesses that.
Yes. Well, I started about 25 years ago. I can't believe it. It's been a long time. It's been a great road. Lots of ups and downs, different things in the real estate business and in business in general. But it's been exciting because I love helping business owners make money. And how do they make more money? They make more relationships, new relationships, because we know relationships lead to referrals.
Right.
So I was always one of those kind of guys that wanted to meet different people because I figured, okay, they could either help me or I could help them or we could help each other.
It's the old Zig Ziglar axiom. Help others get what they want and you get what you want.
You know, it's interesting you brought up Zig Ziglar because when I was just a young person in Houston working, I was single, I was struggling, trying to figure out my way in life, and I went to a Zig Ziglar event.
Uh-huh.
And I said, who is this guy, Zig Ziglar? What is he? And so I went to his event, and then afterwards he had a sort of like a little private, what I call after-hour event, where he brings people in and talks to them about their spiritual connection.
Right.
Are you grounded in a spiritual connection? And he shared some things about being a Christian that to me were outstanding.
Right.
And they changed my life.
Well, that's an awesome story because I know to be a successful business owner, entrepreneur, human being, you've got to be grounded in your faith, in your fitness, your mental attitude. You've got to be well-rounded.
Yes. There's many different components, and in the business arena, people like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust.
Right.
So with Gary Green, it was very exciting to be able to work with such a wonderful real estate company. When I started with them, they were a little bit smaller. Now they have 24 offices in Houston. They did $3 billion last year. Just incredible. I'm so proud of Gary Green.
Yeah,
the leadership and the agents on the ground. What a team.
Yeah,
it's incredible, isn't it?
It really is amazing. Mark Woodruff has really established himself as one of the leaders in real estate here in Houston and now in the state of Texas, recently being appointed by the governor of Texas to the Texas Real Estate Commission for a 6-year term.
Wow.
And that's awesome to be part of the company that's being led by an executive that really is known and revered throughout the state of Texas.
Yes. And we take a lot of pride in telling partners that you're working with Gary Green Realtors. They're the largest independent real estate company in Houston.
Right.
That's really saying something.
Right.
So we're excited about that. But the main thing that we do is we bring business partners together to come have dinner with the realtors. And they develop friendships.
It's truly amazing, guys. I met Gil, I want to say 4 years or so ago. You had the relationship with the West Gray office, Interloop, with J.J. Mollison. And there is nobody better at shaking hands and kissing babies than Gil Markarian. I am telling you, you are such an example for people to really meet and to connect and to establish that relationship, just like you said.
Yes, Ces, relationships are so important. We know in our family, in our lives, in business, in every area, relationships are important. But in business, there's a difference. And the main difference that I want to encourage all business owners is not only to have a relationship, but to pursue a relationship. And when I tell them pursue, I mean, you could meet certain people at the dinner meeting,
Right.
And that's all well and good.
Right.
But if you don't follow up with them and you don't say, hey, do you know anyone that's interested in buying or selling a home, or, and they might say, well, I'm interested in moving.
Right.
Oh, great. You might have a new client. So the follow-up and the pursuit of those people that you're in relationship, very important.
It's a skill that's lost on a lot of folks. It's the follow-up. It's just one of the basic. It's one of the fundamentals of the real estate business. And I've seen so many realtors, young and up-and-coming realtors, that wash out within 6 months to a year, and folks even within your company, with your group,
right.
The complaint is, well, I made no connections. Well, look in the mirror. Right.
Because it doesn't matter if you're doing a chamber group or a realtor group or whatever the group is. You have to work those relationships. You have to participate. You have to get involved. You have to get to know the people. You have to help them. You have to, I want to use a word, be an asset to their organization. And they're going to give you business if you're asking for it and you're pursuing it.
That's right. I just make it a habit to really have a nice Rolodex, so to speak, of people that I can, like you say, know, like, and trust, that people that I know and that I feel confident that are going to pick up the phone and are going to respond to my client, and that are going to help my client with whatever problem they have. And, I may not be the source of the solution, but I'm the source of the source. I can introduce them to a plumber, a handyman, somebody that does floor coverings.
How about a dentist?
A dentist, exactly.
A
car dealership,
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, you've got a great group of business partners in the current group.
Yes.
And tell the audience a little bit about some of the variety of the folks that you have in the group.
Yes. Before I jump to that, I just got to comment on one thing that you said, Ces. He said Rolodex. Now, my children both graduated from college. They're both successfully selling for a home builder here in Houston. But when someone mentioned to them the other day Rolodex, they said, we have no idea what you're talking about.
I just aged myself.
So the young kids, they don't even know what it is. Yeah. But I understand the terminology, and I think it's well said. For me, I love connecting the realtors with people in the community. Why? Because the realtor, you have a unique position to help other businesses in the community. When you sell a new home to someone, if they're relocating from another state, they need a dentist. They may want to buy a car. They may need childcare, private school.
Photographer.
Right. We know a good one, by the way, your lovely wife, Laura. So I'm just saying, so there's so many, things that they're going to need. And so, we connect them with some of our partners, and it's great because you as a realtor, and I want to encourage the other realtors out there that may be listening today, listen, you have a unique position to be a blessing to other business people in the community. Don't miss the opportunity to recommend some of these other people. And then those people hopefully will refer you back. When they have someone that's going to buy or sell a house, they say, oh, I'm going to recommend so-and-so.
Yeah, I'll give you a real world example. I helped a client here in Tanglewood buy a house about 5 years or so ago, and they immediately wanted to do some bathroom remodeling. So I recommended a contractor that Laura and I work with, and did some remodeling work. Well, lo and behold, 5 years later, they contacted the contractor to do some additional work on the house, and throughout the notion about selling the house. Well, the contractor calls me back and says, you need to talk to these folks. They're thinking about selling the house right here in Tanglewood. And so this afternoon, guess where I'll be?
Wow.
At a listing appointment in Tanglewood.
Congratulations. So the remodeler that you recommended to them to fix up their house found out that they were now thinking of selling. So he gave you the
lead back to the buyer,
and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
that's how it should be. We should help each other. through relationships.
That's right. That's
fantastic.
right.
I'm so proud of you,
Yeah,
Ces.
yeah, and I don't give with the expectation of receiving something back, but if it happens, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I want to make sure that my client or business partner, or whatever, gets the help that they need.
Right. We want to be a giver. We want to be able to help, and we want to be able to
Yeah.
serve. But the truth of the matter is, if we give, we like to be able to receive. So if there's an opportunity to receive, just like you did, you were there, and now you're going to do the listing. So proud of you.
That's right. So what's the latest stuff going on with UBC? I know you're also looking or seeking to expand. So how many offices do you work with of the 24 Gary Green offices?
So I work with the top 5 or 6 offices, very exclusive. We're expanding. Gary Green wants more attention, so we're excited about that. There's many offices that are just exploding in suburbia here, as as inner loop.
That's right.
With Gary Green. So we're excited about that opportunity.
Well, excellent. Well, tell the folks how to get a hold of you.
Okay.
And we'll be sure to spread the word as much as we can.
Okay, great. So if they want to call, they can call 281-240-5007, 281-240-5007. That's our office number for Universal Business Consultants, or UBC.
Right. And Gil, every guest on the show gets a song. So here's your song.
Okay.
It's a song that you might recognize. It's one from the 70s, and it's one of these hardcore songs because you're the magic man.
Oh, he's too kind.
Thanks again for tuning in to Success with Ces. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Ces. Pleasure seeing you.
We'll see you too.